This message did not reach you by coincidence, chance, or timing error. It found you because your spirit was already tuned to receive it. Something within you has been stirring, sensing that a shift is underway. This is not imagination. This is not emotional hype. This is a divine confirmation arriving right on schedule to awaken what has already been activating inside you. You may have noticed that your energy is rising instead of fading. Your mind feels sharper. Your focus is clearer. Your drive feels renewed. You are waking up with fire instead of fatigue, vision instead of confusion, strength instead of heaviness. And this is not happening randomly. What you are experiencing is spiritual in nature. It is heaven-backed. It is prophetic. God Himself is increasing your energy because you are stepping into the most critical and purposeful season of your life. This is not a sign that time is running out. It is proof that timing is aligning. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not fading. You are rising directly into the moment heaven prepared specifically for you. What feels like renewal is actually activation. What looks like strength is divine alignment. This is not aging. This is awakening. This is not decline. This is destiny accelerating. You are entering your prime, not by the world's definition, but by heaven's design. The systems around you may not have language for what is happening to you, because what God is doing does not fit human categories. Your strength is increasing because your assignment requires it. Your clarity is sharpening because your next phase demands vision. Your spirit is expanding because you are being prepared for impact. To fully receive this truth, we must slow it down and unfold it layer by layer. That is why this message is divided into 7 deep chapters, so your spirit can absorb it, process it, and align with it completely. This is not surface-level encouragement. This is structured revelation meant to unlock understanding and confirmation. Before we go further, pause and engage intentionally. Like, share, and subscribe. Not as routine actions, but as spiritual participation. This is not just another video or message. This is divine confirmation sent specifically for those who are awakening to their supernatural strength and calling. If you have been feeling an unexplained shift in your body, your mind, or your spirit, if you sense renewal where you expected exhaustion, type 77 in the comments right now. That number is not symbolic by accident. It is prophetic. It signals completion and divine alignment. It declares that your prime has arrived. Your energy is rising because heaven is actively fueling you for the next chapter of your calling. Understand this clearly. This message is not for everyone. It is for those who have been renewing in silence, for those who feel prepared for something greater, even though they cannot yet explain it, for those who know deep within that something is changing, and that change feels powerful, intentional, and holy. Do not treat these words as entertainment. Receive them as revelation. Return to them more than once. Each time you listen, another layer of understanding will unlock. Another measure of strength will be deposited. Another divine resource will be released from an account you didn't even realize had your name written on it. You are not simply becoming stronger. You are stepping fully into your prime. Heaven has prepared you for this moment, and now you are ready. Let's go. Section number 1. Your spirit is moving faster than time. This is where it begins. What you are stepping into now is not a continuation of the past. It is the true start of your assignment. Your divine beginning has arrived, and the reason your energy is rising is because your spirit is no longer waiting on time. Your spirit is moving ahead of your years, pulling your life forward into alignment with purpose. Chosen one, there is an internal shift happening within you that words can barely explain. You sense it, but you may not fully understand it yet. When you observe people around you, those your age and even those younger, you notice a contrast. Many are slowing down, growing weary, retreating from vision, settling into comfort, and letting go of dreams. But you are doing the opposite. You are accelerating. Your hunger is increasing. Your vision is widening. Your inner fire is intensifying. This is happening because your spirit is not aging the way the world ages. Your spirit is advancing. Your assignment demands more than ordinary timing, so God has placed you on a different clock. You were never designed to peak early and fade away. You were created for divine acceleration. the kind that activates when others are done, the kind that is not powered by youth but by obedience, not driven by ambition but released through anointing. You do not move according to the rhythm of society. You move according to the rhythm of the Spirit. And now that your spirit has fully awakened, your body, your mind, and your energy are aligning with it. You are no longer being pushed by exhaustion or dragged by pressure. You are being pulled forward by purpose. You are not energized by validation or applause. You are fueled by assignment. This strength is not adrenaline-based or temporary. It is sustained by fresh oil from above. What you are experiencing is heaven restoring what life tried to drain from you. God is supplying strength specifically for your next stretch. There was a season when you thought you were too tired to continue, too worn to move forward. But the moment you aligned with your divine flow, energy began to return. You started waking up with renewed thoughts, sharper focus, and deeper fire. This is not a passing phase. This is a spiritual signal. You have entered your true beginning. The reality is this: you were never running out of time. Time was being rearranged around your calling. God allowed delays so your spirit could mature. He concealed you so that when your strength returned, you would not waste it on distractions. He permitted silence so that when the fire was reignited, you would know exactly how to steward it. Chosen one, your rising energy is not merely physical. It is prophetic evidence that God is not finished with you. In truth, He is just beginning. You are being recharged by the same Spirit that hovered over the waters in Genesis, the same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead. That power does not age. That strength does not diminish. It increases, builds, and multiplies. And that multiplication is taking place in you right now. You are not simply regaining strength. You are reclaiming lost years. You are not just moving with more confidence, you are stepping into divine speed. Do not apologize for the energy others cannot understand. Do not slow yourself down to match people who were never assigned to your path. You were trained differently. You were preserved intentionally. You were built for this exact phase. And now you will move with a stamina that surprises people. They will question how you are doing it because they cannot see the source. You are not running on natural strength. You are moving on the overflow of everything God protected inside you during the silent seasons. This is not a second wind. This is your divine beginning. And your spirit, not your age, is leading the way. Let it run. Section number 2, you endured the descent that made this ascent possible. Let it run because the strength you are walking in now was forged long before this moment. The energy rising within you did not appear suddenly or cheaply. It is the result of surviving seasons that were designed to empty you so God could fill you correctly. This increase in strength is happening because you endured what many could not. And now you are entering your prime with substance, not illusion. Chosen one, there were times you honestly wondered if you would make it through. Mornings came when your strength was already depleted before the day even began. Nights passed in silence, your face pressed into a pillow, your heart questioning heaven, asking why loss seemed constant while progress felt invisible. Those moments were real. The pain was real. But the conclusion you feared was never the truth. You were not lazy. You were not weak. You were not failing. You were being opened so that something eternal could be rebuilt inside you. God was not disciplining you in anger. He was preparing you in love. He was removing false strength, the kind that performs well in public but collapses under pressure. What fell apart had to fall apart because it could not support where you are going. Yes, relationships were lost. Certain dreams dissolved. Even versions of yourself faded away. But in exchange, you received something far more valuable: clarity, depth, discernment, wisdom, and a spiritual foundation that cannot be shaken. What felt like a wilderness was actually a womb. Something was forming in you, and it was not shallow or visible at first. God was not producing a brand, a platform, or a title. He was forming endurance, humility, and spiritual weight, qualities that cannot be manufactured or imitated. You did not fail your way down. You aligned your way forward. You were not destroyed, you were opened. And now you are rising with more than excitement. You are rising with supernatural stamina. You move differently because you understand the cost of becoming. You carry strength that has been tested. You walk with awareness shaped by experience. Those low seasons were heaven's classrooms. You learned how to walk by faith when sight was unavailable. You learned how to trust God in silence, obey without reassurance, and continue forward when no one affirmed you. Though others did not see your tears, God recorded everyone. They became the water that nourished your destiny. What you planted in pain is now emerging in power. The fruit is not superficial, it is internal and external. Peace steadies you, authority rests on you, vision guides you, grace flows through you. You carry a quiet strength that cannot be explained because it was forged in hidden places. Chosen one, this rise was purchased with nights of confusion, seasons of isolation, and years of faithful endurance. You did not bypass the process. You did not pretend to heal. You did not rush resurrection. You allowed God to go deep. And now He is preparing to lift you higher than you ever imagined. This elevation is not merely about achievement. It is about an assignment. It is not about recognition. It is about responsibility. Because you allowed God to take you low, you have been built to stand tall. You endured the crushing. Now you are trusted with the oil. Let them question how you stood back up. Let them be surprised by your glow. You know the truth. The pain was never meant to end you. It was meant to bring you forth. And now you rise, not just restored, but anointed. Section number 3, what looks like reversal is actually restoration. And this is only the beginning. As you rise in this anointed state, something unmistakable has begun to show on the outside. People are noticing. They can sense it before they can explain it. There is a difference in you that cannot be ignored, and the reason your energy is increasing is because heaven is actively restoring you into your prime. Chosen one, others have started commenting on the change. They say you look refreshed, lighter, brighter, almost younger. They search for logical explanations. They credit your food choices, your workouts, your skincare, your habits. They assume the source must be external, but you know better. What is happening in you is not cosmetic, it is supernatural. You are not aging in reverse, you are being restored forward. The glow on your face is not the result of products, it is the result of peace. The brightness in your eyes is not because of rest alone, it is because you are aligned. The vitality in your body is not coming from supplements, it is flowing from surrender. You open spaces within you that most people keep sealed. You allowed God into hidden wounds, buried trauma, soul-level pain, and long-held bitterness. Because you permitted Him to heal what was unseen, your outer life is now reflecting the cleansing that took place within. This is why your skin radiates, because the weight that once sat on your spirit has been lifted. This is why your body moves with freedom, because you stopped carrying burdens that were never yours. This is why your eyes look clearer, because God removed the veil that once clouded your vision. The world calls it defying time. What they don't realize is that you are walking in eternal purpose. You are no longer trapped in survival cycles. You are flowing in divine alignment. Time erodes what is disconnected from its source, but when you reconnect with the Creator, you step into a realm where decay loses its authority. This is not a life without lines or challenges. It is a soul that has been repaired. This is not about outward appearance. It is about covenant. When you align with heaven's will, you begin to move in a rhythm that is not governed by age, pressure, or limitation. The need to perform has fallen away. The urge to compare has grown silent. And without striving, your body is responding to what your spirit already understands. You are being renewed again and again, not artificially, but authentically. Chosen one, this is divine restoration, the kind that renews strength like the eagle, the kind that rewrites your story, not by erasing the past, but by redeeming it, the kind that transforms mourning into joy, ashes into beauty, and exhaustion into worship. You are living evidence that when God touches a life, He does not improve it partially, He restores it completely. Your laughter has returned, your vision has returned, your joy has returned, and now your strength, your radiance, and your grace are rising with them. People will say you look younger, but you will know the truth. It is not about age. It is about alignment with eternity. This is not merely a good season. It is a visible sign that God has touched every layer of your being, and the restoration will continue to increase. You are not going backward. You are moving deeper into purpose, and that, chosen one, is the most beautiful transformation of all. Section number 4, your prime was reserved, not delayed. As you move deeper into purpose and restoration continues to unfold, this next truth becomes clear. The timing of your life was never random. What is happening now will confuse those who thought they understood your season, because God intentionally withheld your prime until the exact moment you were ready to carry it. Chosen one, many assumed your strength would fade with time. They expected your voice to soften, your passion to quiet, your momentum to slow. In their minds, your most powerful years were already behind you. What they never realized is that you were never governed by natural clocks. You were living under divine timing, held, protected, and positioned for something far greater than appearances suggested. What looked like delay was actually preservation. What appeared to be rejection was strategic redirection. What seemed like the extinguishing of your fire was, in reality, the collecting of fresh oil. You were not being denied access. You were being secured for impact. You were not forgotten. You were being refined in places no one could see. God did not allow you to peak too early because what He placed inside you requires depth, not just exposure. He refused to elevate you in rooms where your purpose would have been diluted for applause. He restrained your full strength while your foundation was still healing. In the quiet, He taught you how to stand without affirmation. In empty spaces, He built your spirit before building a platform. He was ensuring that when your moment arrived, you would not collapse under its weight. There were seasons when you questioned the timing. You watched others advance while you remained hidden. You prayed faithfully, labored consistently, and waited patiently, wondering if you were behind or overlooked. But all along, God was orchestrating something different. He was not merely arranging success, He was forming significance. He was not just preparing a stage, He was preparing your soul. Now, as your spirit aligns fully with His rhythm, everything within you is awakening. Your thoughts are sharper, your energy is increasing, your courage is returning, creativity is flowing again. Dreams that once felt distant are stirring with new life. This moment is not accidental, it is intentional. God waited until your heart was healed. He waited until your motives were purified. He waited until you stopped chasing validation and began moving in obedience. That is why the strength you feel now is sustainable. That is why the doors opening now belong to you by right. People will comment on how alive you look, how strong, how youthful, how grounded. They will search for explanations, but you will know the truth. This is not a trend, a shortcut, or a surface-level change. This is divine timing meeting supernatural readiness. You are not only strong, you are stable. You are not just inspired, you are anchored. You are not merely experienced, you are equipped by heaven. Your prime did not arrive early because it was never meant to. It was reserved for this precise season, this exact chapter, this appointed moment where everything aligns. Walk confidently, speak with authority, move forward without apology. Your prime is not late, it is perfectly timed. This is not coincidence, it is confirmation. Proof that God never forgot you. He was preserving the best part of your life for the moment you could steward it with grace, maturity, and unshakable faith. And now you are ready. Section number 5, your strength endures because your wisdom has grown. And this is just the beginning, because what you are stepping into now is not only power, but precision. The reason your energy feels stronger and more stable than ever is because this season is not fueled by impulse, but by wisdom. You are not merely advancing with speed, you are moving with understanding. And that is the mark of someone entering their prime. Chosen one, this is not just a time of increased strength. It is a season of divine strategy. You are no longer rushing through life. You are choosing carefully. You are no longer exhausting yourself with everything that demands attention. You are investing your energy only where it matters. And that is why your strength feels different. It lasts. Your body did not suddenly change on its own. Your spirit matured. You have lived enough, seen enough, and endured enough to recognize what drains you, what delays you, and what is not worthy of your energy. This is what real strength looks like. It is not measured by noise, busyness, or overload. It is revealed in discernment. True strength is choosing peace over pressure. It is knowing when to walk away without proving anything. It is remaining quiet when your spirit confirms, this is not your battle. That wisdom has become your shield, and it is protecting your fire from burning out. Now you guard your energy as sacred, because you finally understand that it is. You no longer respond to every call, attend every conflict, or chase every opportunity. You are not afraid of missing out anymore, because you know this truth deeply. What is assigned to you by God cannot bypass you. There was a season when you said yes to everything. You tried to be everywhere, help everyone, and prove your value. But that pressure has been lifted. Now you say yes to alignment. Now you conserve your energy for your assignment. Now you recognize that peace is not weakness, it is power. You have walked away from false urgency. You no longer react to emotional noise. You have released the burden of needing to be understood. And because of that, your spirit feels lighter and your steps feel stronger. The wisdom you carry did not come cheaply. It was earned through betrayal, burnout, disappointment, and still showing up when no one else did. It came from discovering who you are when everything external was stripped away. It came from learning that your energy is holy and not everyone is permitted access to it. Now that wisdom leads you, you no longer have to force movement. You do not over-explain. You do not fight for visibility. You operate from divine clarity, and clarity is power. Clarity preserves your strength for what aligns with your calling. Now you move intentionally. You walk with boundaries. You rest without guilt. You speak when it matters and remain silent when wisdom requires it. This is why your strength is not fading. It is multiplying. It is no longer leaking through confusion. You have graduated from reaction to revelation. You have shifted from chaos to calm. You no longer chase validation. You carry confirmation. Chosen one, this is the reward of walking through fire and emerging refined. You are not only stronger, you are wiser. And because of that wisdom, the strength you now possess will carry you farther than hype or hustle ever could. This is strength that remains because it is rooted in truth. And yes, this is still only the beginning. Section number 6. Your rising energy is heaven's advance notice. And this is still only the beginning, because what you are experiencing now is not random strength, but a signal. The increase in your energy is evidence that you are stepping into your prime, and heaven is preparing you for what is about to unfold. Chosen one, you have likely felt the shift already. You are waking with clearer thoughts. You are moving with purpose, urgency, and drive, but without fear or anxiety. Your inspiration is sharper. Your focus is steadier. Your confidence is quieter, yet stronger. This is not ordinary motivation. This is divine activation. That surge of energy is not accidental. It is prophetic. It is heaven's way of alerting your spirit that something is approaching. God never releases strength without intention. He does not expand endurance unless an assignment is attached. He does not revive what he does not plan to use. The vitality rising within you is proof that something meaningful is near, something you have prayed for, sensed, and prepared for in unseen ways. Behind the scenes, your obedience has been building toward this moment, and now God is infusing you with supernatural fuel to carry what is about to be released. You are not merely being refreshed, you are being prepared. This energy is not just so you feel better, it is so you can carry greater responsibility, greater influence, greater service, and greater impact. Heaven is equipping you ahead of time so you do not collapse when doors begin to open. You may not yet see every detail, but your body recognizes the shift. You feel more alert, more grounded, more capable. The heaviness that once drained you is lifting. The mental haze that blurred your focus is clearing. This is not just recovery, it is spiritual alignment expressing itself through your physical being. God is strengthening you because what lies ahead will require endurance on every level, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. The assignment before you will stretch you, but it will not break you because God is supplying now what you will need later. He is building your stamina for the influence you are about to carry. He is fortifying your mind for the decisions you will soon face. He is refreshing your joy for the people you are called to lead. He is preparing your spirit to bear the weight of answered prayers. Others will notice the difference. They will say you seem changed, more alive, more steady, and you will know the truth. This is grace released before the mission. This is power deposited ahead of promotion. Do not dismiss your energy. Do not overlook the peace settling within you. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. They are divine indicators that something significant is about to unfold. God does not want you entering this next season exhausted or uncertain. He wants you moving forward strong, alert, and fully fueled. So continue to show up. Continue to steward this strength wisely. What is coming is not just another phase. It is a launch. And the energy you feel now is not hype. It is heaven. It is purpose igniting within you. It is fuel for the destiny you were born to carry. This rising strength is proof that your season of hiding has ended. The weight of delay is giving way to divine acceleration. You are not only entering your prime, you are stepping into prophetic timing. And from this point forward, every step you take will testify to this truth. God was preparing you all along. Section number 7. This is not a return, it is a divine release. And now everything converges. What you are experiencing is not a leftover surge or a temporary lift. It is the fulfillment of preparation. This moment marks the release of something supernatural because your rising energy is not about recovery. It is about revelation. You are entering your prime, and heaven is unveiling who you were always meant to be. Chosen one, let this be clear beyond doubt. This is not a rebound season. This is not a revival of an old version of you. This is not a comeback designed to impress. What is happening inside you right now is heaven reintroducing you, not to people, but to purpose. You are not returning to who you once were. You are finally walking as who you were always designed to become. You are not retracing steps. You are breaking through limits. This is not a second wind fueled by emotion or adrenaline. This is a supernatural surge released through divine timing. You are not just catching your breath, you are catching your assignment. You are not merely feeling better, you are being aligned. You are not running on feelings, you are moving with vision. And what is rising within you now carries more weight than any season you have survived. You have stepped into divine momentum. The strength you now carry did not come from the past. It is not leftover energy. It is fresh supply from heaven, released specifically for this chapter. You endured too much to remain who you were. That version of you had to fall away so the true you could rise. The former you was driven by performance. The present you is grounded in purpose. The former you sought approval. The present you walks in authority. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not missing anything. Your energy was preserved for this moment because now everything is aligning. This is the season where preparation finally makes sense. This is the moment when closed doors reveal their wisdom. God was never withholding from you. He was training you. He was ensuring you could not only arrive but remain. Not only rise but last. Not only be seen but lead. Not only carry blessing but handle weight. You endured delays that tried to crush your hope. You whispered prayers into pillows and questioned whether you were still called. But through every silent stretch, every low valley, every near breaking point, God was strengthening you where no one could see. Now that the storm has passed, the power within you is undeniable. Those who assumed you were finished will witness your rise, not with bitterness, but with grace and fire. Not for revenge, not for validation, but because heaven declared now. Now is your moment. Now is your time. Now is when divine energy meets divine assignment. That is why everything within you feels alive again. Your sleep is lighter. Your focus is sharper. Your voice carries strength. Your soul is steady. This is not coincidence. It is evidence. God did not bring you this far to have you falter before fulfillment. You were preserved so you could enter this next season with stability and strength. You have been refined. You have been sharpened. You have been tested. And now you are being trusted. Trusted with greater responsibility. Trusted with increased visibility. Trusted with expanded influence. Not for your glory, but for His. So let them watch. Let them question. Let them wonder how you rose after everything you lost. Let them notice the glow, the peace, the confidence, the calm. And when they ask, do not explain. Live it. Because this is not something logic can decode. This is something only heaven could orchestrate. This is not borrowed strength. This is not temporary fire. This is divine force in motion. This is restoration advancing. This is a word fulfilled at the exact right time. And now that you are ready, nothing can stop what has been authorized. You are not returning to an old stage. You are being promoted to a higher one. You are not replaying a past version of yourself. You are revealing the elevated one. You are not going through motions. You are carrying a mantle. So walk like it, speak like it, build like it, believe like it. Because you are not just rising, you are entering your prime, not by luck, not by chance, but because God said yes, and nothing on earth can overturn what heaven has approved. This is your supernatural win, and it is only the beginning.